does. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Sierra. You may also know me as IT Girl. I make videos about how to get certified in tech, studying, WGU, and fun stuff like that. So if you're into it, like, comment, and subscribe. So today we are working remotely from the gorgeous, fair city of Detroit. And it's beautiful here. I love it. Let's talk about remote work. So last week I put out a poll to see what your guys' dream tech job was, and a lot of you chose remote work. So if you also want to participate in these polls that I put out, they're in the community page, so check that out. But you guys wanted to work remote, and I think that's great. But there is a con, and it's a con that I don't see people talking about. So we know the pros. We know you have that autonomy. You've got just more control over your time and how you spend it if you need to run errands and whatever. We also know, like, if you have kids, it kind of saves on childcare and different things like that. So a lot of pros, again, with working remotely. The con, however, especially when you're an entry-level developer or entry-level engineer of some sort, it's that your personal relationships are not as strong usually. Like, just because you don't spend enough time with other people, you're only seeing them through Zoom or some sort of online meeting situation. Sometimes you're doing paired programming, which gives you a little bit more time to connect, but it's just not super sufficient. And the fact that there is a high turnover there is a high turnover in tech, and that's because people have so much to gain by hopping from job to job. So it's like, even if you meet people, a lot of the times you just don't have the time, both for both of you guys being in the same company, and then also for you having more long-term conversations where you can really get in depth and kind of see what people are about. So I find that that's hugely, I don't want to say debilitating, but it really does have an effect on the rest of your career right now, because tech is really it's really a who you know, it's really a who you gel with and vibe with sort of category of work. And when you don't really have the time to form these relationships, it doesn't give you a leg up in the industry. Like most of us know, just trying to get into tech, just get the first job, it's like very, very difficult a lot of the times, unless you know somebody, or like unless you've done an internship with a company that they've had time to know you, like from being in person. So the friend I watched this video like last week or so. I'm gonna link it here, where he talks about basically the great friend recession as a whole, and how people overall just kind of have less friends because cities are expensive. People just are not that bonded anymore, and people put so much emphasis on romantic relationships versus friendships. So all these things combined make it really difficult to kind of succeed in technology in an organic and more I'm going to use the word wholesome, because I'm lacking a better word to describe this, but we used to be in a society where people be like, hey, I want to help this person. We worked together in this company, and they're great. And because you have these moments of just getting to know them, it's not even necessarily always about the work ethic or about the code that you're putting out there or about the, the engineering that you're putting together. It's literally about just whether or not you guys vibe, and you just lack a little bit of that personal time working remotely. This is more so just to kind of maybe give you some insight into a problem that you could have. But here in Detroit, I've met so many cool people, and it's been really weird, honestly, because I didn't expect it. It was one of those things where you don't expect to meet so many people who kind of align with where you are in life and what you're about and things like that. And it's just really interesting that happened here in Detroit. where I'm not from. So moving forward from here, I am mildly concerned about, you know, maintaining these friendships because we won't be in close proximity anymore. We're all over the country. But that's again part of it. You have to kind of make the time for friendships, and you have to put in the effort, because a lot of people think that friendships are one-sided. It's like, oh, they didn't call me, you know, oh, I haven't seen them in so long. And they put it all on the other person. All the onus is on the other person to keep that friendship alive. And it's like, friendships are a two-way street. So you need to make sure that you're in constant communication. And if they haven't talked to you, like, maybe it's time for you to reach out to them. It's more of a tea time than it is informative. But yeah, I just want to talk about that and how I've found that to be an interesting aspect of working remotely. But yeah, other than that, we're going to be traveling around a little bit, and we'll be back in the office in a couple weeks. So like, comment, and subscribe if you're into this, and I hope we can be friends. So bye.
Maybe you should take it slow, mister. Yeah.